I'll start with Bugsby. Insulted me. Yeah, they're all over the place. You see their stamp on every flyer.
It's Hi, and welcome to another set of Sip or Truth. A game of truth or dare with punishment shots and the worst of worst. Today we're doing with DJ Biscuit.
Hello everyone, my name is Biscuit, aka Daniela. I'm a DJ in Kuala Lumpur and a record label owner, a promoter, and a music head.
Yeah, that is awesome. So we are gonna start the game and you already know the rules. Today's shots are the usual punishment shots. Vinegar, soy. We also have clam sauce, mint water. Yeah, everything disgusting. You know me, I love to do this. Okay? You can go forward, backward, one front, two back, however you like, but you cannot look. Okay. We got green, blue, and red. So green are easy, blue are medium, and red is hard.
Okay.
So
and pink?
We're gonna put pink in hard because it's small places, but however you like, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go with easy. Let's start off easy. How did you start your DJing career?
Well, I was a promoter before I was a DJ. I thought I should learn just to know how things work on the other side of the console. And after approximately 5 or 6 years of promoting, I started spinning. I went to Mile High Sounds, which is a Ableton Academy here in Malaysia, learned the right way, and then here I am today after almost 9 years.
Oh, that's amazing. You were promoting events in Malaysia?
Everywhere in the world. I started with the Philippines, and we would do a radio show, and we would curate the music for 3 different clubs, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. Then I moved to Thailand, and I would curate some events in Thailand as well, or I would promote events, or start my own parties. And then eventually I ended up in Malaysia, where almost 11 years ago, I started Art Extreme Media, which is my events company. And like a few thousands of parties ever since, and things are going well.
Oh, that sounds amazing. So you are a promoter, a label owner, a big music company owner.
Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't say owner, because it's all like a love of music. Managing it is the right.
Okay, managing a lot of different parts of a music organization.
Yes.
So 9 years of experience, that is a lot. Have you had a club that the crowd was wild, everything was great, you love spinning at that club?
Sure, like it happens every weekend.
Really?
Almost, yeah. If it's a club, then our job is to make people dance and feel and go home with some
good feeling?
Yeah. Iron Fairies, Kyo, there's been quite a few experiences. Anything from small bars to big clubs. There's been nights in all of them at some point where people were having a great time. Elysium, where we used to have our sweatbox parties every Saturday night, was wild every weekend. There was no exceptions to the rule, and everyone was just letting go and enjoying themselves.
Do you have a favorite venue that you like spinning at?
Well, there's different venues based on the vibe, so I can't really name just one. Like from a bar standpoint, I really enjoy the setting of W Hotel and the wet deck, because it's open air, you've got a view, it's quite cosmopolitan, the music is always great, the diversity of DJs and guests is good, so that's one of the places where I'd like to go. Then the newly opened Neo Bar, which is in KLCC area. I'm curating the music experience there, and it's such a classy venue that I enjoy being there even when I'm not playing. From a club's perspective, Iron Fairies remains a house and techno mecca for now, being a club dedicated solely to that, especially the Butterfly Room, so yeah.
You kind of mentioned this, but maybe we can dive a bit into it. Do you have any other day job as...
Yes, I'm in public relations and marketing for corporations that expand in Asia, so that's my actual main job.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of a marketing head.
Okay.
I'm a journalist by trade, but I kind of like diverted from journalism as what it actually means in its actual term to like shades of it in time. So yeah, PR and marketing.
That is very
mostly, yeah.
interesting. It's very different than being a DJ and managing labels and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like two complete opposite worlds.
Yeah, I'm also a fitness coach.
Yeah.
That is even like, it's like
No, I
three
could,
sides of a coin.
I could kind of understand fitness with DJing because fitness mixed with everything.
Yeah,
you
that's
you can do anything but still do fitness and like it and learn it and teach it to others. But PR, it's like a whole different world, and then music is, I guess it comes in handy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing all my own promotions. I don't have a team. It's always been myself that promoted all my events. And yeah, I take pride in that. Not because I'm a control freak, but because I know what I'm doing. I like to believe that I know what I'm doing.
That's interesting. Since you have so many, you have like a branch of jobs that you do. Is DJing your end goal, or?
Well, DJing and anything I do, fitness, coaching, or my day job, are all end goals because all three are appealing to a different set of skills. Whether it's, they are intertwined or not in some aspects. Like for instance, being a marketer helps me with promoting my events for sure. Or being being fit helps me to dance all night and not go home at like 1 o'clock absolutely tired.
Sure.
But it helps me develop a specific set of skills in that particular direction. So my days are kind of structured around things I like.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Actually, that sounds like everyone's.
It's a goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's most people's goal actually.
It's a really, really nice
Okay.
place in my life where I am right now with this particular aspect.
That sounds super awesome. Actually, I think everyone has that goal to be at some place that they do what they like without the feeling of, oh, I gotta do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do what you like, and you've never worked a day in your life. So, in those terms, I'm unemployed.
Again, so that was the end of our first round, and DJ Biscuit's gonna spin our deck again, and we're gonna see what color we're gonna round up.
Okay, let's do this.
Is that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, it's medium.
Medium, okay.
Yeah. You've had play with a lot of DJs, you've thrown events with a lot of DJs. Do you have a favorite DJ that you like to spin with? Are they like back to back, front to front, or just face to face? What's front to front? Back to back, face to face, or just together? Is there a favorite
Yes,
DJ?
of course. I would love to do a set with any of the guys from Apollonia. I appreciate the fact that in music, to be on the same wavelength to one person whom you are back to back with is one thing, but to be the three of you in complete, harmony, that's another level. So if there was one goal is to play like multi-decks, multi-DJ kind of performance, and of course to nail it, because it's not one, the goal is not just to play with them and be there, but to also,
Sync.
get something
mentally.
out of it, and to be able to sync mentally in everybody's, to anticipate even your back-to-back partners' next move or flow or intention is already quite hard.
Yeah.
But to anticipate that of a trio, that's another level. I can count like tens of them that I would love to play with.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I've already had the honor and the privilege to play with. Ricardo Villalobos, he's a master in what he does. He's so trippy, so cool. He's very representative of where I'm coming from, having helped the evolution of Romanian minimal, which is a music trend that hails from my home country. There's a lot. I can sit here and drop names every day. But these are just two examples. Yeah.
Anyone that you've played with that you really enjoy?
Well, a lot of people. I've played with Sub Ann, which was an absolutely incredible back-to-back. He's releasing on Crosstown Rebels, which is Damien Lazarus' label, and Ryan Crosson's. And we had a party the night before, and I happened to have a gig the Sunday in another club. And because my set was 3 hours, and because he had a layover for another 2 days, I said, come on then, let's go. And this was one of the best sets we've ever played. We've impressed each other with like our track selection, and the night was incredible considering that it was a Sunday. We rocked that place. So that's one memorable moment with Sab-An. Shout out to Sab-An, he's awesome.
The memorable nights are always the best nights, you know, the
Absolutely.
highlights of your career. The feeling that the crowd gives,
Yeah.
always remember, you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you could do one thing different in your career, is there something that you would do different?
Yeah, I would have started earlier.
Okay.
I wish the coin dropped earlier. I wish the circumstances would have enabled me to start earlier because it's awesome. So yeah, I've only started promoting when I was 29 years old. Now I'm 45, so it's 16 years of that. And I wish I would have dabbed into DJing or learning more music production, or because when you're younger, you have more time. When you're older, your time becomes less and less. It's not a regret. You can always catch up with more maturity, having had a dance floor year, having attended festivals in, like, I've been to 80 countries, so imagine exploring all these scenes and learning. There was a learning experience, so probably in my heart I was already a DJing before I actually pressed play on the console. So that experience has helped me tremendously, knowing exactly what the dance floors would react to, and kind of was a little bit of a shortcut being a promoter before being a DJ. And I found it to be quite a natural consequence of that in my music progression or in my learning curve.
Yeah, so better late than never. It's okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
9 years DJing in Malaysia, that you've seen a lot of clubs die and a lot of clubs born.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite club that closed down?
Oh, Elysium, of course. That's where we started the Swebos. It brought everyone together from all music genres, from all backgrounds, creeds, colors, social statuses. It was a melting pot of everything and everyone. And people from all over the world were dying to play in that 100 people sardine box because the vibe was just another level. Imagine a building 32 floors up, and then your party would go till late and the sun would rise and people would just put their sunglasses on and hands in the air, and incredible vibe in that little box.
That sounds really
So,
beautiful.
Yeah, I've had the honor to be the one that restarted a part of the music scene here that was lacking that extra excitement. So sometimes someone new, as I was at the time, to the scene, is kind of jolting it back into giving other promoters ideas, other clubs also ideas to open or start a specific music genre or concept. So it was a little bit of a stirring the pot kind of scenario, in my opinion. So yeah, that was beautiful.
That was the questions for the medium round. We get to spin one last time for round 3.
Let's land on the hard. Intentionally, so that we'll see what you got.
Okay. So we're ready for round 3, and no DJ has ever liked a hard question. You know, no DJ felt like, oh yay, hard questions, but you seem very excited. So.
I'm excited because people need to know, and you know, the elephant in the room sometimes has to be kicked out.
That
is
a different way of the metaphor.
To relieve some space in the room, you know what I mean? Because everyone is thinking it, but nobody is saying it because of some certain considerants. Sure.
So, 9 years of experience, so many clubs. Which club do you refuse to play at again?
There's a lot. I'm gonna take a shot, but I'll tell you before I take a shot. And then the reason is, the reason I would not want to name names is not because I'm ashamed or because I am shy or because my cultural background does not, you know, it doesn't entice to this type of bold statement. I'm from Romania, we are very bold people, but because I'd like to give them a chance to reconsider. For instance, the biggest problem we all have, the number one problem, why would the DJ wouldn't want to play a particular place.
Yep.
They haven't been remunerated for their work.
Yeah.
They are
Sure.
either very late, or they are not paid the agreed amount, or
Yep.
they have not been paid at all.
Yep.
And then you would expect that bigger companies, bigger clubs would actually be more professional. And in my experience, it turns out that exactly these bigger companies and bigger clubs are the ones that are,
The
you
worst.
know, they tend to, yeah. Not all of them, of course, but generally in Malaysia, in the past few years after COVID, clubs they've started to pay us later and later. Alcohol prices went up by about 22% since COVID, since 2020. DJ fees, exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, if you book a DJ for a performance as a club, why would you not pay them if it's not within your range, or if you can't afford to host entertainment in your venue, or if the DJ's payment range does not align with yours, why would you book them in the first place? You can avoid that situation altogether.
Just play on Spotify.
Absolutely. Just use Spotify and then you saved yourself some
Money that you
some
didn't
bad
have.
reputation.
Yeah. True.
And money that you don't have. If you don't have it, you shouldn't start a club if you don't have money to invest in entertainment. And another tendency that I've noticed, also related to this point of not paying the DJs, the deals promoters get from clubs are absolutely horrendous.
Yep.
Like, how can you pay, let's say the budget is the same, yet it's a Saturday night, you play for 7 hours, and you need 3 or 4 DJs, yet the budget is the same. How can you ask someone with 30 years of experience to come and DJ for 200 ringgit a month, a set?
Someone like me cannot be compared to someone like Alam, and I would expect him to be paid a lot more per hour than what I'm being paid.
Yep.
Because it's his experience that makes the atmosphere different than what I do. I've been DJing for 2 years. Of course I cannot do what he does.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be paid the same level as me, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, there should be levels based on people's experience as well.
But currently it's per hour.
Yeah.
Every club is like, oh, 250 per hour.
Yeah, that's pretty much an average right now in
Yeah.
KL, about 250 an hour.
It's very, very bad. But since you cannot drop names.
Yeah, hold on, because I'm not done with this. I'm not done. The second point I wanted to make in relation to payments and things like that is the fact that clubs are investing less and less and less in marketing.
Yes, that is so true.
And then they rely on us entirely to bring our crowd.
Oh my God, yes.
So that problem is it's spreading like a disease across Malaysia. It became a business model nowadays. The reason why clubs close down immediately, and the reason why clubs vibe dies after the hype is gone. Instead of like thinking you're saving money, invest it in the right way and you'll have a golden cow with golden milk in there for many years to come. So this lack of vision is what causes situations like this. It's a indirect consequence of this situation. So yeah, I won't name names because there's 2 clubs that are still, one of them for 1 year plus the other one for almost 2 years that they haven't paid me, and the sums are considerable. And I really hope that they will still come around.
That is a lot. I usually start harassing the club after a month.
Yeah.
Pay me.
Well, you get tired of harassing them at some point. You feel bad for even asking for what's yours.
Yeah, that's true.
Or they refer you to their finance department who never replies their phone, or their phone is off, or...
Yeah, that is a problem.
So yeah, I won't name names because these people are both still in the industry and they are still opening stuff. As it happens, one of them is a friend, and so on. So I really hope that they will redeem themselves. So that's the reason why I wouldn't.
Okay.
If the bridges were burnt, I would have probably mentioned, but I'm not.
It's okay, respect.
Well, I'll take one shot.
Yep.
Sorry for my lack of answer, but I think I've said enough already between the lines.
What was it?
Water.
Oh, okay.
I'm lucky. I just, I thought it's the mint one or something.
Okay.
Woo.
It's okay.
Okay.
Maybe you won't be lucky next time because the next question is, do you think there's an overrated DJ in KL?
Oh, there's a lot.
Name it.
Oh, let me think. Let's start with a few. Hold on.
It's okay, take all the time you want.
Especially young DJs. I'll start with Bugsby.
Okay.
He's a friend, great friend of mine. The reason why he's overrated and why all of them are overrated is because they are in high demand. I mean, we all are in high demand. Like, I get gig requests every week. The problem is that I do not accept all gig requests. Otherwise, I would have 10 gigs a week. And that would mean me running from an 8 to 10 warm-up to an 11 to 1 main set and I would be just running around not enjoying myself.
True.
And it's also DJ etiquette. I was speaking to Alam about it on Saturday night randomly. I don't know what that was all about, out of context anyway. And then we both agreed that this DJ etiquette, if you're invited to play at a party, at least support your fellow DJs. Again, coming back to the point we were talking about earlier, that without pushing all in the same direction, the night will be scattered, it may not be as successful. Oh,
Yeah.
a little doggo, that's so cute. Bugsby, because again, somebody needs to sit him down, even if it's going to be me, even if it's going to be an unpopular opinion, and say, hey, when you play, make sure that you're also supporting the fellow DJs. So in the party people's eyes, he looks like, look, he's in very high demand, yet what he delivers is just a set. Is not support, is not necessarily much involvement on his side in the night itself. And I'm not talking social media. We all, out of respect, we all still have to let the social media know that we are playing and reshare the event or collaborate on a post on Instagram or so. But the presence, your presence is the most important, because if you're booked at a night, you're trying to imprint that night with your vibe. So if you leave right after your set because you have to rush somewhere else to play, that's not okay. And I give you just one example. There's a lot of them. And in general, the younger DJs that have not yet learned or understood the idea of supporting a night, of really supporting a night. That's my take. Or invite your friends and family. How can you invite them if you're running from one party to another? When can they catch you? Where can they? So it's a tough one. But again, he's a very good friend, great DJ. In my personal opinion, what he needs to learn, and many like him, is to learn how to respect a little bit more the night and to be present there.
So in your opinion, like booking so many back-to-backs is disrespectful?
I wouldn't say disrespectful, but it takes away the whole idea of you being part of a lineup. Like, do you identify yourself with the concept of that party? Why do you actually play at that party? Is it for money? Is it because you understand the music? Or is it because you're a jukebox? And if a promoter tells you, you need to play Afro House today, you play Afro House, and tomorrow you play hip hop. And where is your identity? And where is your... What direction are you heading into? You're all over the place. So for me, that's what overrated means.
Okay, I understand what you mean. Instead of being an MP3 player, you should be in the moment.
You should be in the moment. You should play what you enjoy playing.
Okay, yes.
And you should learn how to create an identity for yourself that the night you're playing for identifies with as well.
I totally agree and understand now what you mean.
That's what I think overrated means. In terms of overrated, we all press the same freaking buttons. We all, music is readily available. So not overrated in a sense of performance. Everyone is doing a pretty good job of all the DJs I've heard.
Okay, you answered the second question. So no shots.
No shots. Woo.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what you can do.
You can ask me more hard questions. I'm willing to answer them.
You've also been a promoter. So you have a lot of experience with different venues, different DJs, different people.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a promoter, like other promoters that giving you trouble before and you don't want to work with them again, or you refuse to play for their event or promote or help them in any case?
No, actually. No, I get along with absolutely everyone, because that's the idea. You do you, we do us. If we get to collaborate on specific nights, then that's fine. Everyone is trying to capture specific crowds. Sometimes the events clash, or they all copy each other, or they do the same thing. We try to just add some diversity in the music scene, so there hasn't been any clashes. I'm very lucky and happy to report. And also because I'm quite a direct person, what you see is what you get. I'm not going to go and speak behind somebody's back. What I'm saying in front of you is what I say behind you. I'm trying not to have second agendas and be a hypocrite.
Okay.
Because that, in relation to the people we all interact with on a daily basis, is going to come back and bite you proper.
Sure.
So better to be truthful, even though you've got an unpopular opinion. For example, I told Tristan, the Jumbo Tristan, I told him once that I didn't like his lineup because they were hiring. One of the positions was a music director or something that sounded like someone that would do lineups.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I said, oh, are you hiring for that position? Because the lineup on the last party didn't seem that flowy at all, didn't seem that good. And it was an absolute rant that came out of him. He obviously misunderstood the message. It wasn't said with no ill intentions in my message. But initially his reaction was very impulsive, and he insulted me. And then we got over that. I said, look, I love you, I love what you do, I love the fact that you're catering to a much younger crowd that I won't be able to eventually capture. Just the same way, like his may not be as able to capture my kind of crowd as well. So we all have our strengths, you know. The fact that I've made it clear afterwards that it was not ill-intentioned has dissolved the tensions, and it's the same. Just to use an example of how I would deal with uncomfortable situations. But, you know, sometimes it's good, in my opinion, better to say something that's truthful and needs to be heard than to be asked and nod and say, yeah, sure, you're doing a great job. Because that's a lie in itself. It's a lie through omission. So I'd rather be truthful with the risk of being unpopular.
That is such a good...
So far,
thing,
so
yeah.
good, I guess. Yeah.
PR
I don't know how many
trainings-
people are like saying, yeah, right, no.
No, your PR training comes in handy. But
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, it's back.
It's cute,
Yeah.
very cute.
The mantra that you follow, that you rather be truthful than be popular, it's a very good thing, and I wish a lot of people would follow that. You know.
Yeah, it helps you sleep very well at night.
Mr. Producer, do you have any bonus questions you would like to add?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh, nice, let's go.
What are your opinions on new up-and-coming DJs, artists, anything music related? How would you give them advice when they're starting out? And then what are your thoughts on their, like what you see currently on their methods, on their ways of doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen many of how they're doing it. Yeah, just your general opinion on how they're doing it. What do you think about it? What do you think could be done better?
Right, okay. Well, when we all start up, we are like a sponge, right? You try to learn from everyone, you try to get music from everyone. You're split in a lot of directions, trying to identify what you actually want to play, what do you like, what are you most comfortable doing. Then you start having some local hero favorites. You start going to their gigs and you start listening to their music, and kind of like, you don't necessarily try to copy a style, but to inspire yourself to define your direction. So the biggest struggle new DJs have is defining that particular direction, because they don't yet have the experience. In terms of buttons, again, as I said earlier, we all press the same buttons, so there's no right or wrong about it. No matter what format you play, it doesn't make you any less of a DJ, because you are playing for a crowd. So It doesn't matter if you've got the latest vinyl decks and the sharpest, you've got the sharpest tools in the box, if the audience doesn't feel your vibe. So, you know, track selection and reading a crowd, building the energy, these are skills that you build in time. So you can't really request a young DJ to hold the crowd on their toes for 5 hours straight. So, you know, if you don't have high expectations from them, they're very promising. The majority bring a breath of fresh air, new music takes, new tastes, new takes on music, fresher energy. They can drink more, dance more, stay up late at night compared to someone that's 50, you know. They have to wake up at 7 to go to work the next day. So that youthful energy is bringing about a freshness into the scene as well. And they are necessary. It's necessary to have them and these generations, you know, succeeding one another and learning from one another. And I think in answer to your second question, what they can do better, to be a little bit more open-minded. I know that some of their attention span, it's a generational thing, and lack of engagement is very low. They don't know what to do with themselves if they are left with low music in a lounge and in front of each other. They would just pick up their phone awkwardly and start texting, the majority of them. They don't have yet that emotional intelligence as well developed, or that connection experience at that age, because they are young, right? We are talking 20s, right? What did I know when I was 20? I was probably the same or even more awkward. So it's not a fault, it's a generational thing. It's a like evolution thing. So as the years will pass, they will learn, their experience will accumulate. So yeah, I think they should be keeping an open mind, because many of these younger generation DJs were, they came out on the market after COVID. So they've learned in their own bedrooms, they've experienced, you know, in a very limited circle of friends. They don't have the experience of interacting with crowds. They're kind of bedroom DJs, like all of a sudden put into the spotlight. So yeah, but because they are used to a specific genre or an idea of what music should be for them, some of them are being quite reluctant to experience other stuff. Not everyone, but I've noticed this in general. I'm not particularizing here, I'm not pointing at someone in particular, but just generally speaking. So if they keep an open mind and they learn from their older generations, and then they learn how to be a little bit more respectful towards experience, because experience, okay, let's say they hear some 55-year-old guy dropping a tune from 25 years ago, and then this young guy that never heard it on TikTok hears the song and he thinks, this is irrelevant. These guys are like not relevant anymore. So their confusion between being relevant and being old is not yet clear. So them keeping an open mind and being a little bit more open to new DJs, new experiences, other types of music, that would tremendously help. So yeah, that's the thing. I can't believe I only had to take one shot. That's
if
good.
you like, you can take more.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm eyeing the vinegar and the Tabasco. No, I'm joking.
Thank you so much for your answers. They were
Thank you very much.
truthful, honest, and hot takes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate it. Very good.
I'm hoping to take the Malaysian nightlife by storm.
That's good, because we need more content creators and promoters, because some people, like say Clubland is not a promoter, it's a content creator posing as a promoter. So because their Instagram has exploded, they get all these nights all over the place and they don't know what to do with it. Are you recording this?
Don't worry.
You should. Yeah, and you know, I work with the Sun as well, because they go Saturday nights at Iron Ferries. But of course, their job is to raise awareness, and they are doing that wonderfully. And then they don't focus on a specific genre or stuff. They throw a party here and there once in a while, but they are not ultimately promoters. So the club confuse a promoter with a content creator or an influencer, because that's what basically they are. They are an influencer. And then they want from us what Clubland is able to provide. I was like, I'm not going to have 3,000 likes at a post because all my following is organic and it's not based on content from all over Malaysia. It's based on a specific style of parties in a specific way. And I'm not going to pay for a blue tick, and no, I'm not going to pay to buy some freaking followers either.
Yeah.
These are the people who actually genuinely like our brands. So
Yeah.
it reflects the reality. Same thing with Jumbo Jumbo, because
Yes.
again, they overestimated themselves. They thought that hype lasts forever until it gets slapped with a fucking, excuse my French, with a raid, and you get fined 100,000, and then your enthusiasm goes down. The idea of like supporting the market and making a stand for it, or having any influence on the market, is if you keep on doing it, consistency.
Yeah.
Now, like one party here, then we stop, then we do another party, then we take over some club that plays R&B, then we take Aaron Ferris, who is house and techno, and not knowing who to book and why. And it's just,
agree, yeah.
It's a mumbo jumbo, it's a confusion. It creates confusion, so that's what causes it right now. They've got fingers in too many pies, and again, they are confused with being a promoter when they are a content creator. So on the content creation side, they are fabulous. No comments. On the promoter side, people need to understand, clubs in particular, that they are not promoters. So of course, if clubs rely on you to bring them a specific crowd for whatever night they have, and you promote it, say you're a club and you promote it on social media, of course, your crowd is going to come. It's not going to be a crowd designated for that event. So that's what happens when you've got fingers into many pies. It dilutes the message, always. Well, yeah, I hope that they'll continue, and I wish this to every single promoter in Malaysia, because we need diversity, we need different kind of crowds, we need crazy takes on music, we need purists, we need all of these types to have a healthy market and healthy competition. Healthy competition is not like copying the club next door.
Which is what most of them are doing. Desire, Brooklyn, now Miro.
What's it called? Aristos. Well,
Yes,
you've
Aristo.
got Mark breathing down your neck, saying, Daniela, can you play a bit more housey, melodic?
Yes, Mark
Like,
is super...
Can you please let us bring and trust our brand that exists for 11 years here to create a night? We had an incident. They double booked us for our 10th Sweatbox anniversary. I was like, I can't cancel the party, it's our 10th anniversary. Luckily, Triptych hosted us. So it was a misunderstanding because he gave the Friday nights to, or Saturday, one of those days, to the Bump, yeah. So he thought the Bump will, together with us, will do the lineup. And he was like, Daniela, we don't work like that here. And I was like, what do you mean? I have to have someone else to choose the DJs that are my residents for my 10th anniversary. I don't work like that either. And then after being arrogant, and so I said, look, it's fine, just cancel the night, it's no problem at all. I can't accept for someone else to book my DJs on an event that I curated myself. Like, no. It doesn't matter if it's Victor G. I love Victor G. or whoever was booked that night. I don't care. It's a matter of concept.
Yep.
And not, confusing the two, which we were talking about earlier. And then a few hours later, the Bump guys and him, they met, whatever. I ended up with an apology from Mark. I was like, wow, this is a
That's very
rare occurrence. I was like, I've got nothing against Aristo, but bro, can you please trust us that if we are going to have an event in your space, I'm going to take care of everything. Who's coming, the music direction, to respect what you said you want for the club to have that evening. You don't want some puppy lap dogs and then you say to them, play melodic techno. Yes, boss. So that was our clash of how we see things. But he did say, look, ask me for a replacement date. I'll give you the whole night. You do your thing. I was all right, cool.
I haven't been in the nightlife a lot because I'm not a night person.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a...
Now there's day raves.
Yeah, so I...
That brighter days at,
Yeah.
over and above, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so I push myself to get more cafe raves and day raves, but
Yeah.
when I play at a club, it's only me. So that is how my style is. And when I started doing Club Radar, that is when I realized what you were saying, like Clubland, Jumbo, even Event KL. A lot of them, they do a lot.
Yeah, they're all over the place. You see their stamp on every flyer.
It's not authentic, you know.
No, it's content creation. They're not promoters themselves.
Exactly, and it ruins
the fact that you call some people that you know and they're friends and you bring them to play. That doesn't make you a promoter. Just like me being in a garage doesn't make me a car.
That's
the same
true.
thing.
Yeah, it ruins.
But they got their group, and people rely on them because they are all these Habibis. Like they're all from the Middle East. They are all this. That's how we call Mark's Club Habibi music now.
Yes, it is what. Yeah, I've been there once.
It's a cultural closeness, if you would. Like I jokingly say Habibi Club. If they are all trying, that's the most important thing. We need that. We need people of all colors, creeds, and madness and craziness to have a healthy market. So,
but I feel like
the idea is to try and work with all of them, or try to kind of like stay true to yourself, stay authentic. And there's room for everyone. There's so much good music out there. The music always evolves. So
yeah. But I feel like what they're doing is like kind of killing the market, because when I'm posting on Club Radar, it's just the same DJs over and over again.
Right? Yeah.
Everyone is. They don't allow new DJs
Mob
to
and
come
Durrani
in.
and Coco and
it's all the same DJs.
Dimomid and what's the other guy? Same, everywhere. Whether it's Brooklyn or Chi or Aristo.
They keep a close circle of who they want to play.
That's another question you may want to add for your hard questions. Like, how is the nepotism situation or the cliquiness stuff going on? Because, for instance, if someone is a promoter at a club, they only book their close mates. They never go outside of their circle.
Yes.
And then if you look at my bookings for Neo, it's only been 2 months. I've booked 39 DJs in 2 months. Different DJs. So
when I came into the industry, I was like, Jesus, this is really bad.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.